Now we're going to start out with a pair of old distressed denim jeans, and you're going to lay them really flat and neat. Try to iron them, but unfortunately I didn't. You're going to cut at your desired length. This could be as long or as short as you want it to be. Now after you cut this, you are going to put those extra pieces to the side, and we're going to work on cutting the inner thigh very close to the seam. You want to get it close to the seam. You're going to go through the crotch and down the other leg. Now you're going to also snip into the crotch in the front about 2 inches, again very close to the seam. And you're going to do the same thing for the back, about 2 inches snip into the crotch, very close to the seam. And at that, you are going to take those leg pieces and you're going to cut them close to the seam on one side only. And you're going to do that for both legs, because those will be your extra pieces needed to make your skirt complete. Now you're going to, like I said, use these pieces. You're going to open up your skirt and you're going to just adjust it, make sure everything is laying flat. You're going to pick a piece and you are going to see where you want to place the fabric. Now if you want your skirt to be tight fitting, then I would suggest you skip this part entirely and just close up your skirt where you opened it. So basically you're just going to overlap the fabric and close it up on the front and the back to make it look like a pencil skirt. Mine's is going to be a little flared, so I'm just going to pin down my extra fabric, as you see I'm doing here, making sure everything is laying flat and neat. I'm taking my time. Thumbs up if you are a breastfeeding mommy. Now we're going to get to this center seam. There's a little piece of fabric that's like clumpy in that center seam. You're just going to cut that off like I just did, just to get that out of the way. It helps everything lay flat. And we're going to pin that there. And once we do that, we're just going to pin the rest of the skirt as neatly as possible. And so now you see I've pinned up my skirt and it looks about good to my eye. And now I'm going to check out the back. Now for the back, like I said, you can choose to sew this up to make it more tighter. You could just sew up the back without adding any extra fabric, or you can add the extra fabric to make it more of a flare, or you could do as I am doing here, which I'm just pinning the back so that I have a little slit in the back of my skirt, fancy. Okay, so now we're going to take this over to the sewing machine and we're going to sew. As you see, voila, it is sewn, and I use corresponding thread that matched my skirt, so you don't really notice the new thread, the new seams. And I sewed down each side where I put the fabric at, and in the back I just closed up that little cut that I did, the little incision I did for the crotch, and I just sewed it down to make it lay flat. Now the only thing left to do is turn it inside out, and we are going to just snip off the extra piece of fabric that was there for my pant leg. So we don't need all that bunching there. It looks kind of suspect if you put it on like that. So we're just going to cut that off. We're going to go close to the stitching without going through it. And so we're just going to do it really neat and clean so that we have a smooth overlay when we put it on. And so now that's out the way. I'm just checking to make sure it's good. And I'm going to turn it back inside out. And my skirt is done. It's good to go. I'm ready to look cute. So thumbs up if you have a teenage daughter who wears your clothes. Thank you for watching.